It's all a perspective. It's all gratitude and grace, and understanding that if someone isn't moving the way you feel like they should move, it's probably because they have some inner demons they haven't faced. What's up, guys? This is the Exclusive Life series with me, Chris Hinckley, and my best friend, business partner, Weston Ritchie over here. The reason we're doing this is because we really wanted to put together videos that we felt like added value to people's lives, and maybe find some tidbits in there that you can add to your own to improve on your mental, your physical, your entrepreneurship, or your faith. There's a lot of things in between there that we'll discuss in these series, but hopefully these are helpful for everyone watching or anyone watching, because we have a lot of people that we talk to on a daily basis, and me and you both actually have these powwows all the time. So the fact that we're finally recording them, I think, is amazing.
I couldn't agree more. That's the greatest intro I think you've ever had as well. That was awesome.
We're going to have to just cut that and make it go on every single one, even if there's a different outfit.
No, you got to get better and better.
Well, staying on topic, today's topic is the Phoenix Rising. Weston, are you a phoenix and are you rising right now?
You know, as I hear this, you know what comes to my mind, right?
I think Harry Potter, but
I think of The Dark Knight Rises.
Okay, fair
Rising,
enough.
right? Not saying I'm Batman, but no one's ever seen us in the same room together.
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne. But I try to look at life like Bruce Wayne. I know that sounds crazy because it's a superhero, whatever, in a way. But he's the only guy that's actually real. It's not just superpowers, right? But you watch the story of Batman having everything to wanting nothing. And what does he do? He runs off, changes his name, has to steal for food. He has to learn how to fight. He has to completely become who he was supposed to become, right? And then you get into, movie 2, right? And it kind of goes into movie 3 and different things, and he goes through these trials. But the one thing that just comes to my mind is when he has to fight Bane. He goes down in that area and he breaks his back. And right, I think a lot of people sit down there and they get their. This is how I felt in my life, is I was stuck down there, right? And my back is broken, but I'm not gonna quit. I don't know how to quit. It's not in my body, in my blood, to just quit on something. And so you watch Batman when he ties himself up with a rope and he starts doing push-ups and pull-ups, and everybody's like, "What are you doing?" The
montage.
Yeah, what are you doing? It's like, I'm getting out of here. Yeah. And people think he's crazy, right? And to me, that's mental health. I'm stuck down here. Everybody's telling me what I should do and what I shouldn't do, and I don't care what y'all think no more. I'm going to be me. I'm going to work out. I'm going to do what I got to do mentally. I got to get back to what I need to do to get out of here. And as I watch this episode or this movie, and he goes through all these different phases, and he's like, okay, I'm ready. Climbs up with the rope, falls. He's got to start over. Right? And I look at my life very similar in a space of like, man, I just kept getting beaten and beaten down inside this tunnel. And finally, what do I got to lose? I have nothing.
You're at the bottom.
I'm going to climb a no rope. And that the rope is a signal for fear for me. Right? And as soon as you let go of that fear, you're able to fly. The Phoenix rises. The Dark Knight rises.
Beautiful.
Right? That's how I look at my life. And I know it sounds crazy, and it's ironic because we're in the movie business. But
something of the sort.
Yeah, but it's like, man, going through the pain, the break over and over and over again, and then letting go of that rope and being able to rise into who I'm supposed to be it was a crazy feeling that was caused through pain. And, becoming who you're supposed to be, and then seeing the old version of going, okay, I'm going to look in the mirror and I'm going to change. For me right now, my mental health is probably the best it's ever been. My physical health is close to the best it's been. Entrepreneur space, if you were to calculate it for money, no.
Locked in, though.
Locked in, right? I'm like calculated. I've said no to a lot of things, but then the other side of it is like the one thing I'm really trying to focus right now is grace. My faith is very important to me right now, and I think just trusting God with everything going on in my life, but being able to react and respond how I needed as a kid is the biggest focus for me, of letting go of, that person I was and becoming who I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
For me right now, that rope was emotional. And so I think now it's just letting go of that rope and just becoming not emotionless, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a hard thing. It's like, I'm just not going to deal with this.
That's what I struggle with.
That's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to absorb it and appreciate it and react and respond, where if that person doesn't necessarily know any better, maybe they now have a version of something that they can lean into to help them react and respond differently.
Well, I gotta say, bro, I think you dropped your rope a long time ago. And one thing I'm just really proud of, like the person you've grown into and a lot of different aspects, but specifically like in tough conversations and moments where emotions rise and you may be frustrated, you do what you need to do. You take a deep breath and you speak very clearly now. Like you've I don't want to take a hit at you by any means, but I feel like a lot of conversations when we first started working together, I'm like, "Huh, like lack of context, Weston. Like, what are we talking about here? He has a thought and just blurts it out, and I'm like, what are we? We're not even on the subject right now, right? Or vice versa, like a chord's all wrangled up and we're on set and he's trying to undo. I mean,
I still have those.
it's the end of his day, right? And maybe that, we're not perfect, but I'm just proud to see how you handle these tough situations because in the beginning you used to just hand the phone and you say, Chris, I need you to type this out for me. Like now I'm almost like, Weston, I need you to type this out for me, bro.
It's incredible. No, and thank you, bro. And you're not taking a hit at me. You're telling the truth.
Yeah.
That's the difference that I've been able to appropriately approach.
Mm-hmm.
Is the truth doesn't always feel good.
Mm.
It just takes a special person to communicate it properly.
Yeah.
To make sure that you're still safe. And I don't provide safeness to everyone, and I don't expect people to provide me safeness, but I've provided myself a safeness.
Mm.
I've built my own walls that are you can go through them, but you can't. It's not like you can get full access to me at this point.
It's not a revolving door.
Yeah, it's like you cross this boundary, you lose access.
Right.
And then it becomes a day and time where it's like, okay, I sleep. If I'm still worried about this, then I openly communicate it. Or you know what, it's not my time or my place right now to open that conversation, right?
Yeah.
But I think that just comes back to studying people, and I think it comes back to grace and faith. If you add them together, you live a pretty healthy life. And 70 times 7, right, is forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
I've never forgave people like I do now. It's like, you had a rough day today. We all have rough days every day, man. Like we have bad moments, not bad days. And I think when you can finally put that in your brain every single day, you don't have bad days.
Yeah.
It's a certain time period. But I think being able to appropriately talk to someone, you have to figure out their traumas first, a lot of times, to make sure that you're not crossing their boundary and causing them to react. And I think that's the hardest thing to do. But I think that's taking the time to study people enough, being thoughtful,
Mm-hmm.
and, being your best self. But anyway,
Well,
after we talk about me doing our Dark Knight Rises, Chris,
yeah.
what is the Phoenix Rising to you?
I mean, I don't have a better metaphor than that one. I told you I think of Harry Potter, right? But that doesn't really relate to my story. It's just I'm just a big fan. I'm a big nerd. I'm a big mega nerd.
Well, I'll
over
give you
here.
props. Chris decided he was going to read a full Harry Potter book, the courage and strength it took.
I've read 3. I'm on 4. I'm almost done.
That's just absolutely insanity. I don't like the sound of it. Next topic.
Yeah, it's. I mean, off topic here, but the Phoenix Rising, I had to let go of a lot. Like you can't fly if you're weighted down, is the best way to put it. And a Phoenix is really strong for the most part. They can handle heavy weights, but at a certain point, they have their limits. And so for me, I had to just let go of a lot. And you talk about grace, forgiveness; those are a lot of things I had to let go. I had a lot of just really frustration with my father growing up, and I just carried it into my adulthood. I did a lot of things to solve those issues. I went to therapy. I discussed it with you a lot. I've discussed it with, close people around me and found a lot of actual clarity and just going through life the last 5 years together. But I had to let go of that. It's almost hate, if I'm really honest with myself. I just so frustrated with the fact that he wasn't like, I didn't have the relationship with him that I wanted to. And he had every opportunity to make it easy. Like all he had to do was just be my friend. Like just be there. Like don't try to be dad and take control of my entire like he didn't have control of my life, and he tried to, and that's what was so frustrating. Like I wanted this relationship with him, and so that was a big thing that I had to let go. And I had to stop talking about it because the more I would talk about it, the more it would remind me how frustrated I was. And I got to let those things go in order to fly. And that was probably the biggest thing that I did have to let go, but it's more there's a lot more things behind it that are a little bit more specific. You talk about physical fitness, it's just letting go of excuses. Like I've been out of the gym. I've been off my gym routine for the last couple weeks, right? I've probably been in the gym 4 times. Now I still do some cardio. Like gym to me is like lifting weights. So I've lost like 15 pounds of it's not all muscle. I get that, but I've lost a lot of weight because I haven't been structured with that. And, you know, I have to really be honest with myself in the sense of there's always an excuse for everything. You're either too tired, there's too much going on in your day, you name it. There's always excuses to be had, but those are like the excuse side of things comes from my father because he was a narcissist. And that's what I learned growing up because I was around it so much. And so I had to really let go of that and let go of those excuses and just do it. Really.
No, I mean, you're speaking fire here. I mean, excuses don't win.
Yeah, that's a better
They
way to
never
put
will,
it.
right? They're never going to. I think something you said in there that was super important, though. Like, I want you to think about your Harry Potter book for a second.
Okay.
There's 800 pages, right?
In one of them, yeah.
800 pages. Now, chapter 1 and 4 were, say they weren't very good.
Mm-hmm.
If you tore them out, would the rest of the story make sense?
In the beginning, maybe. If you took it out in the middle, probably not.
So I want to think about that, right? Now you have a different appreciation for the whole entire book because it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And when I think about your life, right, and I think about your childhood to your teenage years to now, you can't delete those, bro, but you can appreciate them.
Oh, yeah, big time.
And then that's the thing that comes back to, you know, the hate or different things. It's like when you convert that hate to appreciation, like I should hate a lot of my ex-girlfriends, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Like I appreciate them for who they are and I appreciate them for the growth that I had in the relationship.
Right. Yeah.
I should hate my mom. I should hate my dad. I should hate my friends. I should hate this business deal. No. The excuse isn't there. The appreciation is.
Right.
I'm grateful for you burned me. You did this to me because I got to learn and experience and become this version of myself.
That's the difference.
And, you know, like you said, you're a bird holding on to something. And as soon as you let go of that, you all of a sudden you go up.
Yeah.
And so I think that's an important piece in there is just, I think your book, bro, is supposed to be that way.
Yeah.
And like,
oh yeah, 100%.
It's the appreciation side of it now I think is important.
Yeah. And I don't want it to come off that I'm not appreciative for those tough times because I know that that's what made me. Like I know being a mechanical engineer was really frustrating for me, but at the same time, like it's part of my journey. I take a lot of that stuff I've learned into what we do now. And I take a lot of the stuff that I've learned growing up from my father that I don't like, how to combat those and how to avoid them. And maybe if someone around me is dealing with the same struggles that he is because he's very like hidden, I can address that properly. I can help someone that might be going through something similar. That's the whole point. And it's all a perspective. It's all gratitude and grace and understanding that if someone isn't moving the way you feel like they should move, it's probably because they have some inner demons they haven't faced.
Yeah, or themselves.
Usually themselves.
Yeah, and, you know, you said something that I think is also important. I want you to make sure that I'm not communicating. I want to make sure that I'm communicating that you are appreciative, right? Yeah. It's more so the reason I bring that up is not because of you.
No, I know.
It's not, has nothing to do with it. It's more so your greatest asset, bro, is you're the greatest problem solver right now.
Well, okay? I appreciate that.
Which also means there's no excuse. Okay. So, you know, that's one of your greatest gifts. But I think so many people have so many excuses, but I don't hear excuses from you ever.
I try not to.
There's always a solution.
There is. Right? There is always a solution.
There's always a solution. So I think that's another key factor here is I don't think you ever complain. I don't think you ever, you know, I don't think you ever do that. Honestly, you just find a way to get what you need done, and you're very isolated with your decision making in that space because you're thinking. Yeah. So I think that's a good thing.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
That's the Phoenix Rising.
That's the Phoenix. Hey, drop your rope right now and start climbing. All right, and then go watch Batman.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing after this. 100%.
Well, that's it, guys. Stay tuned. We got some more of this good stuff coming. If you got anything you want to hear on specifically, reach out to one of us, however you feel like is the easiest for you, and we'll do our best to get back to you. Peace out.
Later.